Yup. That is Chris EUBANK Jr. in the hospital fighting for his life, my people. You guys, the weight cut that Chris EUBANK Jr. had went through, being so goddamn dehydrated, has put a toll on his body to the point where you guys seen for yourself. It looks like Chris EUBANK Jr. is on the verge of dying. I want to send my prayers to the warrior right now as we speak. And I swear, man, I just hope that everything turns out good, because I do not want to think about, you know, some of the deaths that we have had from weight cuts. You know, there's three big problems in the sports of boxing and UFC, okay? That is PEDs, concussions, and weight cutting. Three of the biggest issues that fighters have to go through that a lot of people don't talk about or a lot of people don't see. Chris EUBANK Jr., we seen him the day of the weigh-ins trying to make that weight, right? You had Bomac, had him on the bike with the sauna suits on, sweating, looking like he was gonna die. And when he came into that fight against Conor Ben in their last fight, November 15th, Chris EUBANK Jr. was a shell of himself. He literally threw 350 punches less than he did in the first fight. That he also had weight issues in, but instead of that one, he didn't make weight, okay? And had a forfeit, what was it, $375,000? Well, for this one, they tried to make the weight, and you could see that Chris EUBANK Jr. was a shell of himself. Now, this guy just announced that he's going to be a dad, man. I mean, bro, come on, man. Let's send your prayers to him, bro, because he's going to have twins. And as a father myself, I tell myself, Chris, man, you got to relax, bro. He says he's going to take the time off and never return to boxing until he feels he's 100%, you know, in condition, in shape. And I completely agree with that. Bro, you got kids coming on the way, man. We don't, you know, we've had enough satisfaction from you, Chris EUBANK Jr. I absolutely got the most respect for you. All right? Especially after you put on these wars with Conor Ben. I don't think you need to come back to boxing and continue to give us these fights. You got my respect already. And at the end of the day, I'm a father myself. And I think Chris EUBANK Jr. needs to relax, okay? Because we do not want to see something like something that happened to Yang Jingbing, right? In 2015, the 21-year-old who was fighting for 1 championships that died trying to make the weight. This stuff happens, my people. Weight cutting is dangerous. And the way that Bomac had Chris EUBANK Jr., you know, there was pictures of him laying down with the saunas covering him and everything. It's just not good, man. And I wanted to make this video to, you know, hopefully everybody who's watching, send your prayers to Chris EUBANK Jr., the warrior, you know, the man who tried to fight at 160 pounds. You know, he had the rehydration clauses against him as well. Could only go up to 170, and that was it. I think that's the last time that we should see Chris EUBANK Jr. trying to fight at the 160-pound weight class. Okay? 168 pounds? Let's do it. 175? I don't know, man. Bunch of killers. But still, my friends, send your prayers, and I hope Chris EUBANK Jr. is gonna get better, my friends. You know, this video was just posted. I'm sure he's still dealing with life issues right now as we speak, from dehydration. His toenails was falling off in the first fight, and everybody was making jokes about it. Everybody was talking crap. But now he's on the verge of dying. So, yeah, man, at the end of the day, weight cuts are a problem, but it is what it is. It's part of the sport. Send your prayers to Chris EUBANK Jr., my people.